Well, I just thought that was such a great softball game. I just can't help but thinking that's why people watch our game these days. Softball is so great, and man, the two pitchers that started, Bo and Willis, they just threw their hearts out. And it took a while to get going because they were comfortable and they were grooving. And, I thought just us keeping our heads screwed on and really just grinding at the plate, Bo finding a way in every situation was just so clutch. And I give a lot of props to them. They fought hard, so did we, and we were really able to come through when our backs were against the wall, which is nice to see.
Questions?
Marvin Parker with Delta News out in Greenville. It was a beautiful game, kind of 4 sections in the game, but to keep Bowen in, after the 6th was done, what gives you confidence to leave her in, and what were you seeing throughout the game in the 5th and the 6th?
I just, there's a look. I don't know how else to describe it. I feel connected to when she's locked in and getting hitters out, and even when she doesn't have her best stuff, but she knows she can beat people. I trust her with the ball every single time in that moment. So, she was going at people, and I think it would take a lot for me to take her out of the game at that point.
We're just going to take questions from student athletes first. Parrish?
We're all on the same bus.
Tupelo.
Okay.
Izzy, can you talk about your home run, what pitch you saw, and just how it felt coming off the bat? Did you think it was out?
So I would go back to this week. It was a rough week of BP, but using my teammates and Kate just keeping me calm, and right before that at bat, Shar talked to me and just said, keep it simple. And so I really just took a deep breath, saw my pitch. It just felt good off the bat. There's no words to describe it. You hit it, and it's one of the best feelings in the world.
Nick?
Nick Suss, Clarion Ledger. So did you go up thinking home run, or kind of what was your approach wanting to do that at bat?
Honestly, no. My approach was just have a quality at bat. Like, do whatever I could to help my team. So it just happened to go over the fence. I usually just try to hit the ball solid.
Any other questions in the room for student athletes?
And my bad, already.
You good?
But for Bowen, nothing for the first 4, and then a lot of activity in the later innings. So what was it like for you throughout the game, seeing how they reacted to you, or what was that like for you in the beginning and in the end?
Yeah, they were just throwing punches, and we were throwing punches back. It's just the fact of who's ever the last man standing, and we were that. But I was just going out there and commanding the zone. They're great hitters out there, so we had to move the ball around, in and out, up and down, and just get them off stride.
Any more questions in the room for the student athletes? All right, we'll go to Zoom. We'll go to Troy Hutchison. You got a question for student athlete?
Yes, hi, Hannah. This is Troy Hutchison from GoEasyCats.com. I was wondering, can you talk about working in and out of those jams and what Taryn was telling you in the circle to help you get through those moments?
She was just coming out there to give me some time, just give me time to think, time to just take the pressure off myself and just do what I know how to do. And I was telling myself just one pitch at a time, and breathe. And that's what I did.
All right, next we'll go to Javier Morales.
It's Javier Morales, All Sports Tucson. Izzy, you guys aren't string a lot of hits together, but you're hitting home runs, especially at big moments. Can you talk about that, how you guys are coming through with those big home runs?
I feel like when you're playing behind a pitcher like Bo, you just want to do whatever you can to help her win or help the team win. And so home run, double, single, walk, hit by pitch, whatever it is, it's quality and we'll take it. So whether we're hitting home runs right now or we start piecing singles together, I feel like we just want to get runs across the board so that Bo's a little more comfortable in the circle, or whoever's pitching.
All right, next we'll go to Kim Doss.
Kim Doss, Arizona Desert Storm. Bo, Nellie had that big catch to Ron Davidson of a home run. Can you tell me how you felt when you started to do that, and just about watching her defense in general?
Oh, it's just amazing. Every time the ball goes out to Nellie, I know she's going to catch her, give her best effort. So it's just very comforting to have her out in center field, and I just trust her with all my heart.
Next, we'll go to PJ Brown.
BJ Brown, Arizona Daily Star. This one is for Izzy. Izzy, you've been clutch in so many moments during the season, but would you say that this home run is probably the biggest hit that you've had?
Yes, 100%. I would think my last two at-bats, I even told Bo when I came back in the dugout, were my best two at-bats of my career. Like, I felt like I calmed myself down, I was slow, and I trusted everything that I had. So, yeah, it was just awesome.
We've got a follow-up question from Javier Morales.
I'm sorry, I was hoping my hand up for Caitlin comes on.
Oh, gotcha. Anybody else got any questions for student athletes on Zoom? All right, you ladies are dismissed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job, guys.
All right, we'll take questions in the room for Coach Lowe.
You can't bank on home runs for both teams every game. I think it was the fourth inning when you guys finally got on third. What did you learn about this team? What's the message going into game two?
I think we started to try to hit balls hard, and yeah, a couple left the park, but I thought that first inning she was amped and she was throwing gas at us, and we weren't ready for it. And then we kind of went outside our plan and ourselves second and third time through, and then I really felt like we were starting to find ourselves. So I thought it took us a while to settle into that game, if I'm being honest, and once we did, and once we realized that they're going to have to throw to our plate, because she was hitting great spots and she was not missing a lot of white, and that's a good pitcher and a good pitch caller. So I just thought she threw a heck of a game, and we were able to make stuff happen when it counted.
All right. Nick?
What explanation did you get on the kind of lengthy review there in the seventh, and kind of what's going through your head as you're waiting 2, 3, 4 minutes to see what the call's going to be?
Well, I saw Soph get bumped, so I went out and asked him about it, and the explanation was it was obstruction. The third baseman was the one that fielded the ball. The catcher didn't field the ball, so she obstructed with our runner is the explanation that I got.
Any other questions in the room for Coach? All right, we'll go to Zoom. We'll start off with Javier.
Caitlin, your defense, no errors now, I think, in the postseason, which is phenomenal, and some of the individual plays that they're making. What just your overall thoughts about how you guys are coming together that way?
Well, I think it's our biggest momentum builder, and we talked about that as a team. Our pitching feeds into our defense feeds into our offense, and I thought Janelle fist bumped 4 times on one catch, and it fired us all up. And yeah, she hit a ball to the fence, and that should be their momentum, and we used it to our advantage and made it our momentum. So I thought that was big time and kind of set the tone for the whole game.
All right, go to Troy.
Coach Lowe, you can talk about Charlize's at-bat there in the seventh, because before that she had some flyouts. It seemed like she was getting underneath the ball, but in the seventh there she was able to come through with the sac fly. Just her mentality there at the plate during that night.
She became Char. That's what she does, and I think that's the biggest thing is we don't have to become someone else in the postseason and regionals, super regionals, whatever it is. We have to settle into being our best selves, and I think we fought that throughout the year, but man, I thought fourth inning on, we let the game come to us and we played our game, and I choose her with the bases loaded in that moment every single time, and I think that she chose herself finally in that moment too.
Go to Kim Doss.
Hey, how much have you talked to Coach Candrea going into the postseason, and has he given you any advice, or do you feel like you just kind of do your thing?
I get text messages after every game. He didn't come to super regionals because he didn't come to regionals, and he's a very superstitious man. So he will be sitting from probably the same chair watching at home every step of the way.
All right, we'll go to PJ Brown.
So, Kate, what are you seeing from Izzy? She just seems to have that thing where she comes up clutch and no bigger than today. I mean, that to take game one in super regional is really important for you.
Well, she's steady, and I don't think it's on game day. I think it's every single day. And when someone's like that, you're not surprised when they come through in big moments. And I told ESPN before the weekend. They said, what's something special we don't know about your team? And I said, well, the one that gets overlooked the most is Izzy Pacho, and she's just been there every single day for this team, showing us the way. And she's a trailblazer that we follow, and doesn't get the respect that she deserves. And I just truly feel like she has been leading this team all year. So not surprising, and she was ready for her moment when it counted.
All right, we've got a follow-up from Troy.
What does it say about Hannah Bowen being able to go the distance in this game and leave pitch under 6 pitches and work around the 5 to 7 walks that she had?
I think she battled with a tough zone today. I think both pitchers had a tough zone today, and that's going to happen. It just depends on the umpire, and you have to. Those are the cards that you're dealt for the day. And I didn't see it affect her. I saw her go right at hitters and use her defense most importantly. The way she can spin a ball into our defense when she's not getting those calls is a really important thing for the future. I thought she just battled and stayed mentally strong in some tough situations. When your back's against the wall and you don't have the lead. Making sure that you keep that lead really small. So I just thought she battled her tail off today.
Got another question from Javier.
Hey, Lynn, you're probably not going to tell us, but what's your plans for tomorrow with pitching with either Ann or Devin?
No chance, Javier. No chance.
What does that say too that you have those two pitchers as an option?
I mean, it's great, and I know they all want the ball. And I think, Taryn said they had great bullpens at practice, and, everybody's hungry for the ball, and that's what you want to see out of a pitching staff. And we have 2 very strong, very deep pitching staffs on both sides, and it's going to take everybody just going at every pitch, kind of like Bo said.
Got time for a couple more if anybody has anything else.